Hello, my wonderful listeners, viewers and subscribers all over the world. This is Okute Daily Talk, bringing to you the live Biafran news that is happening at the very moment. This is a breaking news from the Supreme Court of Nigeria, where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his council of lawyers is kicking against the fresh charges that the federal government files against him in the Supreme Court. So please, I would not like to take much of your time. Time is money, which we all know. So we are going to go straight into the business of the day. Please tighten your seatbelt, listen attentively, and after this news, please endeavor to share it to your brothers and sisters, your family and friends. And to those ones who love what I'm doing, and those ones who is eager to know the truth about the Biafran struggle, the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's saga with the federal government of Nigeria, and everything you need to know about this Biafran restoration. So please, tighten your seatbelt. We are flying. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu kicks as federal government files fresh terrorism charges against him. Justice Binta Iyako has fixed Monday for Nnamdi Kanu's team of lawyers and the federal government prosecution team to address the court on the ongoing case between the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra and the government. This came after the federal government filed an amended seven counts bordering on terrorism against the detained leader of the IPOB. The amended charge marked FSC Abuja /CR 383/2015 was entered before the Federal High Court in Abuja and contained all their sustained allegations against the IPOB leader. As a result of the amended charges, it is to be argued whether federal government can proceed to rearraign the IPOB leader on the amended charge despite October 13th judgment. Recall that the Court of Appeal has discharged Kanu of all allegations against him, while appeals on the subject matter were still pending before the Supreme Court. However, the federal government in the new amended charges alleged that Kanu has issued a deadly threat via broadcast of whatever they call it, aired and received across the country that anyone who disobeyed his sit-at-home order in the Southeast should write his or her will. It's also contended that the resulting effect of the broadcast had caused banks, schools, markets, shopping malls, fuel stations in the southern eastern state to shut down their operations and development as it was affecting citizens and leading to the ground of vehicular movements. So that is all about the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu kicking against the judgment or the fresh terrorism charges that the federal government have filed against the Ohamadike of Igbo land. We also have other related issues whereby be cautious enemies are seeking loopholes. Kanu tells all the Biafrans all over the world, both local and international. The detained leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has revealed the enemies are seeking loopholes to blackmail IPOB, and that is the simple truth. According to Ifeanyi Ejiofor, the lead counsel for Kanu, who visited him at the Department of the State Security Service facility in Abuja, the embattled leader therefore all the IPOB members to be circumspect in their dealings with the people of the public. In a statement posted on his verified Facebook page on Thursday, the lawyer said, "We visited Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today, being the Friday at the headquarters of the GSS Abuja, to provide him with updates on our relevant feelings before the Supreme Court, as well as brief him on the other pertinent legal briefings. During our discussions, Onyendu reviewed partial compliance with his routine medication, though still not administered as medically prescribed. Yet, Onyendu is still being denied access to his personal physician. Furthermore, Onyendu directed me to issue the foregoing statements to all the Biafran supporters all over the world, both home and abroad. He said that is a critical time called that this critical time calls for the greatest circumspect among his followers because the enemies are relentlessly exploiting the vulnerable to sustain their status quo and further blackmail the IPOB, ably led by the KANU, which is peaceful self-determination movement. Onyendo had a stance in condemnation of the crimes and dissidents and reiterated that he had never condoned nor supported criminality in any form. Hence, the criminal elements who are involved in making lives unbearable to our people should be immediately fished out and dealt with as such. They have no place in the IPOB peaceful self-determination movement. That is what the Onyendo is telling us. That the general public and indeed Umu Chineke, children of God, should be notified in unmistaken terms that nobody is receiving any instruction from Onyendo for the purpose of encouraging dissident behaviors, and accordingly associates himself from any person who is mischievously feeding the public with such blatant falsehood. Onyendo stressed that he has since made his stance public, which position is clearly contained in the viral short clip recorded during one of his appearances in the High Court of Nigeria. Ejiofor revealed that Onyendo retreated at his call for total calmness in the entire southeast, and particularly queried the mental state of those who were relentlessly waging war against his people. He noted that KANU said IPOB was founded on a peaceful bedrock in conscience with the universally recognized rights of indigenous people to self-determination as clearly encapsulated under the extant laws. In conclusion, he noted that KANU reminded Umu Chineke to know that the successive landmark victories recently recorded in various calls of competent jurisdictions against the federal government may not have gone down well with its traducers, including the federal government. Hence, he insists that all hands must be on deck to enable sound minds to identify the real enemies in our midst, and those being used by the establishment to try to implicate or blackmail the IPOB leader. The lawyer also noted that it was very likely that a date would soon be assigned to the Supreme Court for the hearing of KANU's appeal against the order staying the execution of the judgment that freed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and that is all you need to hear about what the IPOB leader have said on these days. Members of the indigenous people of Biafra on Friday in Abia State over the non-release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by the federal government of Nigeria. The protesters vowed not to allow the 2023 election hold in Southeast if their leader was not released, and Biafra granted them. They urged Nigeria to forget 2023 election in the Southeast if our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in DSS custody. They urged Nigerians, DSS custody. The protest, which was held in Abia South local government areas, was peaceful, non-violent, and was monitored by security agencies. The protesters warned that they would be forced not only shut down the economy of the state and southeast, but the entire country until their leader was released from the detention. Some of the calls asked that they should take our leader back to Kenya, where they illegally abducted him from. This is the part of our renewed warning signal to the federal government that they should forget 2023 elections in the southeast if they continue to detain Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the protesters said. Chanting solidarity songs, the protesters carried placards, some of which read, "Release our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, without delay. Grant us the state of Biafra immediately. There will be no election in the Igbo land in 2023, and what we need is referendum for Biafra." The protesters warned their residents to keep off the streets of the city on Monday, as next week's sit at home will be thoroughly monitored. Meanwhile, Kanu's family in Isiama Afaruku in Umuahia has expressed their fears that there might be more intense protests by the group in the days ahead. The younger brother of Kanu, Ima Kanu, expressed this fear early Saturday morning, stating there might be more protests coming out, and it might be more massive than this time. What they are simply saying is that the government of the day must obey the court order. It is simply as that. You made the laws and it is duty bound to obey the law. That is what the supporters of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are telling the federal government of Nigeria, that they should do the needful and obey the court of jurisdiction as their final judgment goes in the favor of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Alligator pepper boasts sex drive, says experts. Let's see how this works out. Medical experts have said that alligator pepper is a stimulant that helps to increase sexual desire. According to him, a healthy lifestyle, physical exercise, tiger nuts, and a strong financial status can also increase your sex drive. Speaking with Saturday Punch, a renowned fertility expert, Prof. Oladepo Ashiru, said alligator pepper might act as a stimulant, thereby increasing the testosterone level in the blood. There have been very few reports on the effect of alligator pepper on the positive effect of erectile ability and erectile dysfunction. Same as ginger, they may be acting as a stimulant and also to increase the testosterone level in the blood, he said. Asked if it also works for women, the Don said, I have not come across such for women. However, it is not out of place since it is a stimulant. Also, a consultant urologist at the Oga Hospital and the Urology Center, Fuga, Edo State, Dr. Gabriel Oga, said alligator pepper could boost sex drive and libido in individuals. Oga said alligator pepper can boost sex drive because it is a stimulant. It is just like cola nut. Any stimulant that energizes and increases your stimulant can increase your sex drive. It is general stimulant, according to the doctor. You can just chew the alligator pepper just like you chew cola nuts and your sex drive will improve. There is a research that they said it doesn't boost sex drive, but I studied that research and how it was carried out, and I found out that the sample size was too small and was not a well-collected research. So the impression that it improves sex drive remains until you have a very good research with a large size that disproves it. Then it remains, and I believe it does. Alligator pepper does a great job. He added that having more money could improve sex drive as well. When you can fund your desire, you will have an increased sex drive. Normally, when you have more money in your pocket, your sex drive will increase because you can afford the consequences of the sex drive. Of course, that is the simple truth. Somebody who don't have money, if you like, you can chew one trailer of alligator pepper. You still remain where you are. If your wife asks you to buy her something for Christmas and you don't buy it, the woman will not be interested in sex. Financial status increases sex drive. Comfort increases sex drive because sex is not a necessity. You can always do sex if you have money. On the other hand, life that is hard. Poverty reduces sex drive. You don't need to be a scientist to know that. That is the truth, my brother. If a man controls his weight and is physically fit, his erection will be better. He will perform better at sex if he is physically fit. It is well known that when you are very good at something, it gives you enjoyment or pleasure, according to the doctor. So that is all you have to hear about the alligator pepper and the magic of it, that it can boost your testosterone in your blood, that forces you to have a sexual intercourse with either your partner or someone else. But the bottom line is that alligator pepper boosts sex drive, says experts who have went into a research and find the suitable words to use for it. But that is not the only thing that can boost your sex drive. Just like what I just read. When you are financially balanced, you can as well your sex drive can also be boosted at any time, any day, because you have the money. So if a poor man that chew one trailer of alligator pepper without money sex becomes like a poison, because the happiness in having sex is when you are balanced, when you have rest of mind, when everything that you are clamoring for, at least you have had 80 or 85% of it, you can also as well have the desire, the strength, or whatever it is called, to meet your partner or whoever and demand for sex. So that is all you need to know about the alligator pepper and how it is being used for the boosting of the testosterone in your blood. Make I no go bite my tongue, go please, or make I no vex for me. Self-determination, our right. Sunday Igboho sends warning to Ogun State Governor. Leader of the Yoruba Nations Movement, Sunday Adeyemo, also known as Sunday Igboho, has warned Governor Dapo Abiodun of Ogun State against harassing those agitating for the Yoruba Nation. In a statement released on Saturday, the embattled agitator noted that Yorubas have the right to self-determination according to United Nations and African Union. According to Sunday Igboho, Yorubas have the right to wear any outfit they deem fit and engage in peaceful gatherings and rallies. He cautioned the governor against using the Department of State Service, DSS, and other security agents to molest and harass those seen wearing Yoruba Nation's outfits. Sunday Igboho wrote, "Dear Governor Dapo Abiodun, I am writing to bring your attention to the harassment going on with our youths in your state. I hereby demand that no son or daughter of Yoruba land should be molested or harassed for wearing Yoruba Nation outfits by the DSS or any security personnel. We would not allow such in Ogun State or any Yoruba state. All sons and daughters of Yoruba have the right to self-determination according to United Nations and African Union. We have the right to peaceful gatherings, and all our Yoruba Nation rallies since last year till date have been peaceful. Again, all Yoruba sons and daughters have the right to wear any Yoruba outfit any day and any time within Yoruba states." Okuteni recalls that some persons suspected to be Yoruba Nation agitators have recently attacked a team of soldiers around the Ojuore area of Odos/Ota local government, Ogun State. It was gathered that the incident happened last week, Thursday, when the suspected secessionists were in a procession around Ota. The agitators, according to the reports, descended on a vehicle conveying some personnel of the Nigerian army, disarming one of the soldiers. It was further gathered that the suspected Yoruba Nation promoters went away with the rifle after mobbing the affected soldier. This is my people. I don't know what is happening, whether to believe this or not to believe this, but as long as I know, Yoruba Nation protesters or how they do their rallies is always in a peaceful manner. So anyone that is saying they are in one way or the other causing nuisance, I don't know which one to believe, but the bottom line still remains that Nigeria is a democratic nation, so everyone have the right to choose where to belong. Either you want to belong to Nigeria or you want to belong to your own ethnic group. That is left for you to decide. So, but the problem we are having in this country is that the people who are supposed to be the ones to talk on all these issues, all of them have kept mute. Instead, they are the one that is using DSS, police, military, SSS, and the rest of the other security personnel to molest their own citizens, and even kill their own citizens simply because they are agitating for their own freedom. I never see a country that is mumu like Nigeria. Our mumu don't do. We keep on murmuring on daily basis, even when we know that this is exactly the truth. But see yet, we hardly believe the truth. So my great people of Biafra, the lovers of freedom and lovers of mankind, those one who love what I'm doing, please do not forget to subscribe, share my content, like it, and invite your family and friends. Each time I post something new, let them be the one to watch it. Until I come your way again, please, I am signing out. Remember the culture. Subscribe, and also subscribe. I still have a lot in the stock for all my listeners, viewers, and subscribers all over the world. Please tighten your seatbelt because another blockbuster is coming your way very soon. I'm signing out for now. Bye to you all.